Once again, I want to thank you for your time. I want to say to you, welcome and good to have you here again. Clicking on the video as usual to know the truth that we convey and to hear the narrative of what we have for you today. And my concern here, as I always tell us, is that we get informed about the things that concerns us, especially in our nation. We know that so many things are happening all over the nations of the world, whether in Russia, whether in China, whether in Gaza, Israel, Ukraine, and all of that. But I know that if we want to go into those details, we might just be I know most of our brothers, people are talking about that. So most times I always say, okay, since they are talking about those things, let me concentrate on what is happening amongst us, so that we don't get ourselves, distracted and forgetting that we have our internal problems. So as much as we get the international news and information, we also look inwards to the things that we are going through and the things that we're experiencing. And that is my purpose here, and that is my focus here, and that is my mission for us here. My name is Kelechi Ambrose. Please, thank you for clicking on this video. And please, once again, I want to say, like this video and help us to spread the news of truth, because as an agent of truth that you are, it is important that you share the truth whenever you meet it, because that is the only way we can overrun the media space, overrun the nations of the world with truth. Those who are in the narrative of lies always have agents spreading them, sharing them everywhere, because they want to take over. But if truth sits idly by and allow this to happen, we all will be swept by evil and lies. So we must change our approach to these things that concerns us all, because when we begin to share the truth, definitely we would overcome. And that's why Jesus said, send its news, take the truth, the gospel around the nations of the world, so that people will begin to get conscious of their conscious truth, of the conscious side of them or themselves that is connected to truth. And then we can have life. I want to say, please share this broadcast on all your social media platforms. As you like the video, you just share and make your comments, post your comments, air your thoughts, you can share your thoughts, so that we can know what you're thinking, and then we can also respond accordingly, to your thoughts. And please click the subscribe button. It will help us to grow, help to share truth. This is Truth Channel. Welcome. My name is Kelechi Ambrose, and thank you for clicking on this video. Now, I want to talk about what is, the crazy thing that is going on, or what is going on in the contraption Nigeria, regarding the plan to penetrate Biafraland by all means. Now, I want to remind you that there have been something of concern to us, to every one of us who are conversant with the news and information. We are not, every one of us are familiar with the narrative of Ruga. We might not know the details, but we know that they want to. The simple thing you have to know about Ruga is that they want to come into our land and establish colonies where they are claiming they want to just take rare animals. And I don't know why, with the vast land that is in the north, including Sambisa forest, where Boko Haram and other people are stealing resources, and working with their partners who are in the political arena, in the Nigeria contraption, the Nigeria government, in the business arena from the north, even including the vice president, who is one of those who established Boko Haram, the Shetima, and other people. In spite of the lands they have, so much land, that Biafraland is just a part compared to the vast land they have in the north. Biafraland is so small compared to that, but it is our land. It is Biafraland. They think that they want to put colonies to train animals, which that is not a real plan anyways. The plan is to bring their people, have a territory they control, and then begin to grow, give birth, expand, and then before you know it, they begin to overrun the communities, begin to have wars, and before you know it, they are brutal. They know how to arm themselves, and it's being supported by the funds coming from our land that the Nigeria contraption is taking from our land, from crude oil, gas, and other things. They fund them, buy them AK-47. They keep hiding in those places, in those colonies, and then when it's time for them to raid and to invade, they come out with the weapons. We are defenseless. We don't think of weapons because we are thinking of doing our things every day and doing our normal businesses. We're not thinking of overrunning anybody or killing anybody, and so we're not thinking of buying weapons. But they are thinking of taking over your land, killing you, and taking over what belonged to you, your farmland, and all of that. So they keep piling up weapons, and those colonies will be the storage places for their weapons and all of that, in guise of training animals. That is what they are trying to do, and we have been resisting all of this stuff all this while. Now they think that they can now rebrand. Now the narrative and the concept is to rebrand. A few weeks ago we heard of one of their minister of whatever he's called, came all out and they were in the Open University in Imo State, and they were talking about establishing a training center for IDPs. In the first place, as the contraption is, we are not supposed to have IDP camps, because if you have a serious government, if they are really serious, of course they can be serious, because Nigeria does not pretend seriousness. Nigeria is actually a sham organization, a business organization that is meant for profit. So definitely we know that they are not serious, they are only manipulating. So in the midst of the manipulation, we know that what comes from Nigeria is always fraud. And knowing that the Nigeria contraption is now rebranding or trying to rebrand the concept of the Ruga to fit into the present day discourse, which is IT, which is digital and lifestyle. So what they now feel is that when they talk about digital lifestyle, everybody will fall for it. They believe that if you listen to that man very well talking, he said that the training center would be used for those who are in the IDP camps, those who are, of course, IDP, internally displaced people, so they will be trained. Why do you want to train them in Biafraland? With all the lands you have and the IDPs being in the north, why not set up if your intention is clear, if your motive is true and clear and sincere, then why not build those structures, those platforms, or those materials, those items for trainings? Why not establish them in the north? You have enough space. You have vast land not occupied. You have so many opportunities in the north. You have, natural resources and other things. You have the resources being stolen from Biafraland. So you might as well also develop the north by establishing those centers in your place and using them as a means of training the people. Why Biafraland? Where land is scarce, where the people are managing what they have, where the people are more than your people in numbers, yet we have smaller land. So why do you want to come to our land and bring IDPs into our land and saying you want to train them in Biafra land? That tells you that there is something behind this whole stuff. It is beyond just the issue of trainings. And the sentiment they brought into this thing, they said that the students, the university students and all of that will also benefit from it. For God's sake, how and why would you have to set up an IT center and using it for both IDPs and students, university students? University students came to study. They pay for their studies. They should have their materials, their IT centers and everything they need for their studies in their school, and their school should be their school. They should be studying and doing their things in their school. If you want to have an IDP center, trainings and all of that, and since you think that restoring the people back to their land is not possible for you, you want the criminals, the terrorists to occupy their lands, and then you keep them in IDP camps, and then you want to build facilities. The monies you want to use to build facilities, you can't use it to eradicate the criminals and secure their lands. Rather, you want to put them in IDPs and begin to train them in skills. What kind of plan is that? Does it make sense to anybody who is reasonable? And now, because you want to bring in sentiments, because you know young people love IT, young people are crazy about, digital lifestyle, IT, all this stuff and all of that. So you think that you can come and give us a story that we're setting this stuff so that the students will enjoy it and also use it for training of IDPs. We know your plan. Your plan is to still force the colonies of the Fulani nation into our lands. You want to give them lands because you will house them somewhere. You will come to Biafraland, you get the space, you put them there, and you say you are training them. You take them in batches to trainings, and then you bring them back. They are learning the tactics of using the internet to expand their conquest program, so that every one of them will be digitally inclined, those ones you are training, and then you use them to produce weapons, you use them to, you arm them to be able to use even the internet to attack the locals and the indigenous people. You want to upgrade their ability of knowledge to the internet, and then as they are in our land, they are learning our language, they are monitoring and understanding our terrain, and at the same time they are learning digital things. They are understanding in the internet and all of that, so they could use all of this stuff against us when the time comes. We know the plans. You have digitalized Ruga. It's no more about cows. It is now like a bait, using the digital world, the digital technology as a means of approaching these things, so that even the young men and the people in Biafraland will fall for it. And that is why when some of our Biafra people, the criminal in Finland is claiming, he's posting it as if he is the one anyways, but we know that the people who did that are not from the criminal, in Finland. Even if his boys are there butchering and kidnapping people, well, that's what they are specialized in doing, and harming innocent people. We have people who are brave, who are not of the criminals, but of the people in Biafraland who know the reason for setting up that program, and they went there to burn it. You can't come to our land to erect some stuff to use against us. No, it's not possible. It's not possible. And every Biafran should resist this. We know that the so-called governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, has sold his conscience to the devil, his soul to the devil. So he is projecting, promoting, and doing everything to favor these people. He's doing everything for them. He wants to destroy our nation by all means. I wonder why a man who claims to be elected by the people, which we know he was not, and who claim that he is, a Biafran, would or could be funding a program that is not necessary in our land. Why bring IDPs into Biafraland? Why bring them into Biafraland, for God's sake? You have vast land in the north. You have space in the north. You can set up the structures, you can set up the IT centers, you can set up the technological centers, put them there, train them to also use it as a means of fighting the people who are attacking them. And then prepare them to go back to their land. Why do you want to bring them into our land and claim that you want to start training them in our land? Why? All the way from the north to Biafraland. Why Biafraland? Please, nobody, no Biafran in any community should, once you see this, you bring it down. You bring it down. If you want to build centers for the training of our people, do it. But don't tell us you want to bring the Northerners into our land and then set up structures for them for their IDPs. Why are they in the IDP camp in the first place? Are they supposed to be there? Are they supposed to be in IDP camps? They have their lands. Their lands are being occupied by the killers. Yet nobody is doing anything about it. You are in a so-called nation. You call it a nation, right? You call it a country. And in that place, the owners of the land have been driven away by criminals, foreigners. And you are relaxed. No state, no emergency situation. No state of emergency. Nothing. Everything is cool. Rather, you are sending monies to them. They are collecting tax from the rest of the people then. The criminals, the invaders, the terrorists, collecting tax from locals. occupying some of their lands, and those who are the locals are in IDP camps, and you said you want to bring them all the way from the north to now build a center for them in Imo State. For what? Because you know Imo State is governed by your proxy, someone who can easily give you what you want. Because you know when you capture Imo State, you have indirectly captured Biafraland. Imo State is critical to Biafraland. We can't allow that. No, our communities will not allow that. Every community should be alert. Because enough of this slavery and enough of these killings and criminality in our lands. We can't continue like this. We can't continue like this. A people, blessed people, we are suffering because we are blessed. We are suffering for being blessed. And our people, it is still our people that are allowing themselves to be used by these people against us. Is that how it's supposed to be? How can we continue like this? How can we allow ourselves to be like this? How can we? How can we? So now you have kept Ruga by the side because we have fought that Ruga, fought it over the time, and now you think that you can use something that we like. You can now use technology to manipulate us to build center and then bring your people in. Because when you bring them in, you'll buy properties, you'll buy land and keep all of them there. They'll be in colonies and then you'll be funding them with weapons from there. And then they will be learning digital things. They will be learning how to operate digital stuff and how to attack the community digitally. And then with the AK-47 and all of that, before you know it, when we are off guard, they will invade our land. It's not possible. It's not possible. And we're not going to fall for that. Everybody who wants to learn IT in Biafraland, there are ways to learn it. You will learn it from the right source. By God's grace, we're going to start setting up centers in our places where our people will learn. Our people already are in these things. Our people are learning both from their phones, from the internet and all of that. So our people are knowledgeable about these things. So, but if they are telling you they want to set up these centers and they're going to let you learn free because they want to bring in fulanis to use it, disagree. It's a trap. They know you will not accept anything Ruga. In fact, you have been killing their cows and destroying their properties. Now they want to use what you like because they know young men will always say, wow, we will learn internet details or some stuff about computers and all of that, or about IT, free of charge. It is a bait. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. You can't fall for that kind of cheap propaganda. You can't fall for that. We know what it is for. We know why you are setting it up. And that's why I made this video. We let all of us reject it in our communities. Reject wherever they want to set it up, anywhere in Biafraland. Don't allow it to stand. Because it is another indirect strategy of Ruga. They will bring their people in. They're going to train them on computers and internet details. From there, they will be learning how to make local weapons. They will be funding them with giving them weapons, AK-47 and all that. They will digitalize the system. They will understand our terrain and our locality. They will operate through the systems to begin to check our localities. They will secretly mount cameras around our locality and vicinity. They will set up some stuff around our places and begin to monitor the movement of our people, even the Eze's house and community, the chiefs and the community people. They will begin to watch out for our infrastructure and our strongholds and our loopholes. They will set up things, and through their community, the colonies they set up, they will be monitoring everything we are doing in Biafraland. The Nigerian government will give them the funds, give them the resources, give them the materials. They will set cameras everywhere and they will be monitoring. The day they are going to strike, they are going to strike hard and our people are going to go down. This is what they want to do. That's why they want to train them digitally, put them in our land, use them to monitor the system. If you think it's a joke, then you are joking yourself. If you think it's a joke, you are joking yourself. Because they would come hard on us. And we must stop that move now. We must not allow them set up any structure or any platform for training of IDPs. If they want to train IDPs, They have their lands. The IDPs have their own land. Free their lands from terrorist control, put them in their lands, secure their lands, and train them in their lands. Train them in their lands. That's what you should do. And that is what every one of us must clamor for and ask for. Please like this video and share on all your social media platforms. I don't want to be making the videos long so that you can have time to watch them and watch them fully. And please comment, subscribe to the channel, and like the video. Share, subscribe. We have to grow, and we have to grow massively. People must watch and listen to the truth. This is Truth Channel Network. My name is Kelechi Ambrose. And please be watchful, be vigilant, and also mind what you eat. Those of us in Biafraland, make sure that you go natural, organic. Those of us who are not in Biafraland, let's begin to think of how we're going to come back home and build our cities and nation. Our nation and cities cannot suffer because we are funding other people. Thank you so much, all. I appreciate you. God bless you. Very good. Kelechi